First of all, the Port Vale game, the fact that the game went ahead, and it went ahead at Hartlepool, was really unreal. Where they covered up the Hartlepool played first, then the ground emptied, then the Middlesbrough fans queued up to go in, and they just covered over the prices. They stuck £1 on for Middlesbrough. Yeah, and it was like even Hartlepool's ground was half full for the Middlesbrough thing, but Middlesbrough, everyone just thought we'd get rolled over, but there was tremendous spirit from the start. Archie Stevens scored a goal from about 30 yards. It was phenomenal, but we tired. We shipped goals at the end because we hadn't trained properly, and then just it was a brilliant season, and somehow we got there and we got up, and then the next season with the cup games and things like that, Everton was incredible, but that was so gutting to be denied in the last seconds. And Everton were the champions, weren't they, at the time? So that we had like Peter Reid going against Gary Hamilton and Dean Glover and stuff like that. And they were just incredible times to think that this team that had come from being out of business to taking on the top of the first division, and almost beating them.
Match 25,000 at St
Covasty, that was Covasty.
Right? Yeah.
Covasty was only that because half the ground's shut or whatever, and people queued up from the Yellow Rose pub to right along the whole length of Addison Road to get in the Hall Gate, and then there'd be like rumours, oh, there's some space left in the South Terrace, when people were running around trying to get in different ends and stuff like that. So it was totally packed.
Yeah.
And people talk about not being able to, the queues these days. Well, that they were long queues with no guarantee you're going to get in at the end of it. Of course, people didn't.
Yeah.
But it was some exciting games, and then to get promoted at the end of the season by those playoffs. Oh, that was they were the most nerve-wracking games up until the European games that you could ever wish to endure.
Kid Conspiracy, Kid Conspiracy, J Hells, Panic Blade, and Slickers, King of Team, Kid Conspiracy, Kid Conspiracy in the marble halls of the charm school. Half Blair is punished. Under marble Miller chip, the FA broods. And Half Blair can be punished. And then yes, there's a Euro state magnates. Corporates, let's. Kick off, Kid Conspiracy, kick off, Kid Conspiracy, kick off, Kid Conspiracy, kick off, Kid Conspiracy on the Booze Club, George Best.
Well, first it set up with a fantastic win at home. Yeah, it was really good, and then that was the last season where teams could be relegated through the playoffs. I think probably changed because of Chelsea kicking up such a stink about it. But it was incredible to go down to the old Stamford Bridge, which was a great big bowl. There was loads of like bits of stands that had been shut down, and like you were miles away from the pitch, and it had this one great big stand, and the rest of it was really ramshackle, and it was incredible. It was like a sealed tube ride across London, as in we were taken from King's Cross, and our tube never stopped until it got to Stamford Bridge, where we were escorted out with people hanging out of pubs windows and stuff, shouting abuse and swearing at us and stuff like that. Couldn't believe it. It was totally unreal. And then we went in the ground, and obviously it was fantastic rearguard action to hold on. It was quite incredible.
The very famous sports reporter is talking there. Fans! Remember, you are abroad. Remember, the police are off. Remember, the unemployed. Remember, my expense account. just for ground units.
Defence that day, so it'll have been Mowbray, Pallister, Parkinson.
Wasn't one of them missing?
I don't know.
Was either Mowbray or Pallister? Or was it Stephen Pears who was missing? It was a key figure missing. Is it Stephen Pears? Was Kevin Poole in goal?
Was it? It couldn't have been Ironside.
No,
It been too
I think Kevin
early,
Poole.
Kevin Poole, right?
I think so. That look again at the photo. But we hung on and we didn't have many chances, but we managed to hang on. And then at the end they raided the pitch. The stewards opened the gates and they just flooded across the pitch. And I think for a really awful few minutes you thought, oh my God, they can go all the way here. And we had fences in those days, of course. And for the only time that you were glad of a fence, that they eventually stopped and they went back. But and we escaped and we were promoted, and just what an incredible achievement, and it was just phenomenal to be back in the top flight.
And there were about 10,000 Boro fans there, was there, or not as many as that? Or?
There was a lot, because we had all one open end, and then some people in the seats, and the people in the seats were escorted out into the. They had proper seats, but it just wasn't safe for them to sit there, so they were escorted into our end. It's quite scandalous, really.
Oh,
that
yeah.
they weren't safe. It was like being in Europe, really.
Yeah.
But it was just an amazing achievement, but you couldn't really celebrate it because you had to get out of the ground.
I read the news today, oh boy, about a lucky man who'd made the grades. I know the news was rather sad.
But then we got in the old First Division, and what incredible! And if you look at it up until about December, we were doing really well. And then we signed Peter Davenport, and he was like unveiled on the pitch, holding up a scarf, and he was like a big star player, 750,000, something like that.
Yeah.
We thought that was like the tip of it. But we went away to Liverpool. We got beaten at Liverpool on Bonfire Night, I think it was the day of Bonfire Night, and we played really well. But from then we just absolutely fell away, and the squad was so thin because we hadn't been able to sign players a couple of years before. We'd been broke and all that. That we ran out of players, and in the end had to play in the last game at Hillsborough, which was half shut because of the Hillsborough disaster. We weren't allowed in the away end. We played with players like Gary Hamilton, whose knee was shot, and that finished his career really. And we went down there and that was a terrible place to go down again, because we were hiding in the stand. We'd been told we would be asked questions to make sure we were from Sheffield, because we couldn't get in there. They only had 1,000 tickets. We were scattered around the ground, and then leaving the ground we had to be really careful going to the railway station, and it was awful atmosphere again. Steve Whitten, I think it was, who scored the goal. I think it was 1-0.
So you were in the Sheffield then?
Yeah, then the goal was right in the goal. It was scored from a corner into the goal where I was just above me, and I just had to sort of not curse or anything. I just had to like go like that. sickening to go down. It was just awful. But of course we thought straight when we went down, everyone was thinking, oh, we'll just go straight back up. We scored 4, I think, in the first game against Wolves. But it's never that easy. We'd overachieved, hadn't we, getting there?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think everybody wanted to get back and thought we could get back. We thought we had the players like Bernie Slaven to get us back up. And we got a bit carried away at first. We thought we were going to win the league, and then when we fell away, the atmosphere soured and it got really bad, and people started booing, and then Chairman lost his head in the way really well. Well, he judged that we might have got the final of ZDS, which we had done, which was a phenomenal achievement. But he judged that with Bruce Riot we were going to go down again into the division below, and we couldn't. It would be full circle, and it would be a disaster. So that's what he thought. He thought he was no longer having the effect on his players. It was no longer motivating them. It was more bullying them than motivating them. So he changed that, and Colin Todd came, and we had the situation where, which is a good place to end in a way for us, in that Tony Mowbray, who was injured with a pelvic injury, he has the honour of leading out the players at the ZDS final at Wembley, because Colin Todd's only just got into the job. So that was a fantastic moment for Mowbray.
Yeah.
Sadly Chelsea get the revenge there, and as they did in every other cup final. but it was still a fantastic occasion, and we queued all night for the tickets. You queued up to get in the West Ham game, wasn't it? I think it was a West Ham game, and that ticket got you a ticket for Wembley. Yeah. My ticket was a computer error. Yeah, ours was the first game when they put seats in at Wembley. I was standing before them, and my seat was actually in an aisle.